Many couples hesitate to draw up a prenup, either because they believe their estate isn't valuable enough to protect, or because they worry that a prenup suggests they're not serious about the relationship. But prenups aren't just a contingency plan for a possible divorce. They also function as estate planning tools because they contractually bind each spouse to a plan for what happens to their estates if the other spouse passes away. So, what are the benefits of using a prenup in your estate plan, and is it right for you and your partner? In this video, we'll explore the role prenups can play in your estate plan. The first reason to consider drawing up a prenup is that it protects the inheritance of children from a previous relationship. A frequent concern of children from prior relationships when their parent remarries is that the new spouse will cut them out of their parent's estate, and they have a good reason to feel this way. Let me explain. Say you passed away without drawing up a prenup with your new spouse and your children are still minors. Well, your surviving spouse is legally allowed to change your will. They could even completely cut your children out of your inheritance. Of course, we never expect our partner to do such a thing to our family, but this has happened many times, and it tears families apart. If you use a prenup as an estate planning tool, however, you can prevent this from happening and ensure the rights of all your children are protected. This can also give older children peace of mind if they are concerned about how your new marriage will affect your finances. And there's something else many couples don't realize. Without a will or prenup, all of the community property doesn't go to the surviving spouse. Instead, adult children from a prior relationship inherit their parents' share of community property. That can create unexpected legal issues and tension between the surviving spouse and stepchildren. Drawing up a prenup helps solve both of these issues all at once. Another benefit of a prenup is that it can reward a spouse for being a loving caregiver during the marriage. Sometimes it's not what you bring to a marriage financially, it's how much time and love you give your partner that make all the difference. Without a contractual obligation like a prenup, a spouse with a smaller estate could end up with virtually nothing when their partner passes away. This can be unfair and painful, especially after a long marriage in which that spouse spent substantial time and effort caring for the wealthier partner. Fortunately, a prenup can allow a spouse who comes into the marriage with significantly less property to receive some portion of the other spouse's separate property after they pass, particularly if they stayed by their side during difficult situations. Naturally, prenups will also help protect the wealthier spouse in the event of a divorce, but more often than not, it also ensures the poorer spouse will be taken care of should something happen to their partner. Finally, you might consider drawing up a prenup because it works in synergy with other elements of an estate planning package. If you're thinking about creating a prenup, it's even better to draft it alongside other important estate planning documents as part of the full package. You can draw up a will or trust along with your partner at the same time you draw up your prenup. The prenup can refer to the wills and ensure the terms are contractually binding, regardless of any changes one spouse might attempt to make to their will. In Texas, prenups trump other general estate planning laws, binding each spouse to those provisions unless they both agree to make changes during their lifetimes. By completing all of these documents at once, you can ensure your estate, your family, and your partner will be taken care of should the unthinkable happen, and you can have peace of mind knowing you're starting your relationship off in the best way possible. There are many free online options you can utilize to create a prenup, like AI or online forms, but in most cases, these aren't a good idea. Some of these prenups are outdated or not legally sound, and without the guidance of an experienced attorney, you could end up doing more harm than good. So if you are contemplating marriage and would like to discuss whether to draw up a prenup in Texas, play it smart. Contact Adair to schedule your consultation now.